Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Akhandamandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Beda Vibhagine Vyomavatyapta Dehascha Dakshina Murtaye Namaha. All right. So from today we start chapter 7, which is Jnana-Vijnana-Yoga. So anybody can share what is your understanding of what is Jnana and what is Vijnana? What did it occur to you? What occurs to you when you hear these words?
Jnana is the knowledge of the inner self and Vijnana is the experience.
Very good. Simple. Perfectly said. Yes. Jnana is the knowledge. Vijnana is actually living that knowledge. So Jnana is the recipe and Vijnana is to when you actually cook it and have it. A beautiful dish. So now after all the Gyan that Krishna has given to Arjuna before these chapters, so Arjuna actually asked Krishna in the beginning of this chapter, fine, but exactly what is it? How is it that I'll be achieve all this? How can I always be Machitta, the Madgata Prana antella heltane irtane Krishna? How can I achieve it? Anta. Arjuna has a legitimate question. So it's all okay. I understand it all intellectually, but how do I actually go about it? That's the whole point. And Krishna goes on to bombard us with questions. Okay, now that you have come to class and now that you have made an effort, to understand the Gita stage by stage, what is the degree of your interest? Maya Sakta Manaha antala heltane Krishna. What is the degree of your interest anta? Krishna is saying, do a self-check. Krishna is telling us. How much is it that are you invested in this? Am I just a to-do list on your whole day? You have a list of things to do for the day or for the week. And where am I in that? Somewhere, I want to do this. And then I also want to do this, Santana. Athva, are you willing to dedicate your life to realizing me? That is the question we all need to ask ourselves. Jesus says it is not, no man can worship God and mammon together. Anta. Mammon andreno samsara. You can't have both. Anta. To start with. Later you can do everything. The yogi is the mahabhogi. The yogi can enjoy anything and everything. But before I become a yogi, all sorts of, cut the unnecessary from my life. That is what Krishna is telling. So I came across a nice list of indicators for us, for our self-check. Let us do a self-check of where we stand before we proceed in this chapter, because that is what Krishna wants us to do. And this, providentially, I came across this list of what happens when the mind is turned towards Krishna. What are the symptoms that I can look at for in myself, Anta? What are the 9 symptoms that manifest in one's behavior when the seed of ecstatic emotion for Krishna fructifies in one's heart? Very, very romantic way of putting it. Of course, that's the Hare Krishna school. Prabhupada, whose school uses such words, ecstatic emotion for Krishna. Let's not go that far. When I start putting my heart where Krishna wants me to put, how will it change? How will it manifest in my life? Okay. The first thing that I should notice in myself is forgiveness. Forgiveness. Whom should I forgive? Everyone. First one being myself, for not living up to my, fantastic expectation about myself. I should forgive myself. Forgiveness merely means unconditional acceptance. Ashte. Actually, when you put it that way, probably it is not so bad. We might be, we accept, we need to accept everything and everybody with what's and all. I mean, there is no perfection. According to what my concept of perfection is, in me or in the people around me or in the world, it is nothing. There is nothing called perfection. Everything is a work in progress, isn't it? So unreasonable expectations do not, that's what upsets me, and it will not allow me to forgive and forget and move on. When I know that everything is Krishna, everything is a play of Krishna, because Krishna has declared any number of times that Prakrute Kriyamanani, Gunai Sarvani Karmashaha, all the three gunas are the ones which make people act the way they do. And, in essence, I am everything. All that, when we come to dwell on these truths more and more and more, it will be easy to forgive. Irode hage ivaru. Chalo, theek hai, no problem. Tatatha. I had shared a discourse, a small talk on tatatha. Tatatha means this is this is as good as it gets. Yes. This is as good as it gets at any point of time. When that acceptance comes, it's very easy to forgive and forget and move on. Okay, that is the first thing. Forgive. So where am I anta nave self check ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತಾ ಇದೀವಿ ಇವಾಗ. Where am I in a scale of 1 to 10? I'm somewhere in maybe 6 or 7. I'm telling myself. Okay. Second is concern that time should not be wasted. Any moment that I'm not thinking of the higher truths or God or Krishna or the higher purpose of my life, if I don't have that background, if I lose sight of that purpose of my life at any point of time, that is not okay. Krishna says, always madgatah prana. Your entire life energy should be directed towards me. So time should not be wasted anta namge. We should tell ourselves, wasting time. So when I'm engaged in worldly duties, how should I not waste time? By immediately remembering karma yoga. Convert whatever I'm doing into karma yoga. Dedicate everything. Just saying Krishna Arpanamastu is also remembering that, I'm not wasting time if I'm doing that. Just have that in the background all the time. Third one is Krishna, this list, third in the list is detachment. Detachment, karmanyevadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachan. Do your work to the best of the ability. Do not worry about the results. Offer it to Krishna. Number 4, absence of false prestige. Absence of false prestige. That is again, expectation of rewards, expectation of appreciation. All that, I guess, will come under that umbrella, absence of false prestige. Hope. There is more and more and more hope in my heart. Regarding everything. Regarding what? What do I hope about every day? That I'll progress more and more in my spiritual life. That is one hope that I have right now. But people at different walks of life will have different hopes. For them also, Krishna says, you leave everything to me, I will take care of it. You do your job, I will take care of all. Yogakshemam vahamiham. So there is always hope. When everything else is lost, hope is there. Hope is equal to Krishna. Krishna is there. Number 6 on the list is eagerness. That zest for life. Yes, I want to do this. Yes, this is also interesting. That eagerness, that the freshness is always there in one whose mind is turned towards God. Because you see God in everything. So everything looks beautiful. Nothing in God's creation, will disgust you or irritate you. that eagerness, that freshness is there in one's life when Krishna consciousness dawns, is what is being said here. Number 7, a taste for chanting the holy name of the Lord. Okay, some japa, some dhyana, some nididhyasana, some Vedanta class, some Vedanta vichara is going on all the time. That is also another symptom. Number 8, attachment to descriptions of the transcendental qualities of the Lord. That's what we are doing right now. We love to hear about Krishna. We love to hear about Krishna's glory. We love to hear about my own glory. Advaita Vedanta says, you are that. Tat Tvam Asi. And the whole of Bhagavad Gita is Tattvam Asi. 6 chapters, 6 chapters, 6 chapters. I think I have mentioned, we have discussed this earlier. So loosely categorized, Bhagavad Gita is loosely categorized into 3 sections of 6 chapters each, in which the first 6 chapters was about Tvam. Krishna spoke about the Jiva, the individual soul. All about Arjuna, you are like this, you should be doing this. Ella nambagene heliddu Krishna. And you mean guna hinge, nindu 3 gunagalide, sattva, rajas, tamas ide. Yagna bhavaninda madu, karma yoga madu. All this was all about the instruction for the jiva, isn't it? The first, loosely. I mean, something else also seeps in there. Seepage is there between all the 18 chapters. But generally speaking, the first 6 was about Tvam. And now, with the 7th chapter, we are going to the next one. Next, Tattvam Asinalli, the second 7 to 12 is about Tat. Tat is, God himself, the ultimate truth. Tat is Sat. So, the Tat is about Krishna, his glory, his manifestation, everything about himself. He'll talk now, he'll bombard us with, the glories of the manifest universe and the unmanifest. So, that is Tat. Ivaga next we are stepping into Tat. So, and the last 6 are about Asi, the integration. The Tat and Tvam, you are the Tanta. You, Arjuna, are nothing else but me. And but integration happens in the last 6 chapters. So, how we love to listen to all this, how we love to understand the Gita. So, that is the 8th symptoms. Say 8th symptom, attachment to description of the transcendental qualities of the Lord. And the 9th one is affection for those places where the Lord resides. In this list, it says a temple or holy place like Vrindavana. So for us, it is satsang. Wherever the glories of the Lord are being talked about, satsang is the place we want to be in. If I can self-check and see where I stand, then I'm ready for the 2nd chapter, which is Tvam. What do you say, people? Where do you think you stand? I'm going to share this list here. You want to say something about this? You're welcome. Scale of 1 to 10.
Thank you so much for consolidating this list, Purima.
I just got it. It was a forward and I quickly took it and said, okay, this applies to us. Enappa, hengide 1 to 10 ali, where do you think you are? If you don't want to share, it's perfectly fine. I mean, it's not compulsory that all of us have to share.
I think the easiest among these would be to constantly chant the Lord's name.
Correct. Japa yagna, in Vibhuti Yoga, the Lord says, Yagnagalali, I am a Japa yagna anta. Yake? Easiest and simplest. Time restriction illa, place restriction illa, madi mailge illa. ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಮನಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ಅಷ್ಟೇ. So Japa Yagna, he says, the Shrestha. See, Krishna is dumbing it down for us so much all the time. He's making it so easy for us, Alva. Come to think of it. So easy. Just take my name, man. I mean, is that so difficult? Anta keltaro avanu. Correct. You're right. Japa Yagna is the easiest. Anybody else?
Looking at beautiful nature, the children playing, ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಂತೋಷವಾಗಿರೋದ್ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಕೃಷ್ಣನ್ ಲೀಲೆ ಅಂತಾನೆ ಅನ್ನಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲ್, everything reminds me of him nowadays. After going through chapter 10, after going through everything, everything is beautiful, to tell you the truth.
Oh.
Our life is beautiful. Getting up is beautiful.
Yeah.
Blessings, all blessings are Krishna.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yes.
Not only that, what I feel is we do small things sometimes, small work. See, without our knowledge, we become successful in that. I feel God is there in all our actions.
Correct.
Okay.
Howdu.
So He helps to go in a right path and do the right work. That is what I believe. That I learned from these things.
Very
And
good.
bhakti is the way, very easy way to attain God, to see God in everything.
Correct. Very correct. Because bhakti is one path among all the other paths, jnana or whatever, karma yoga, all the other paths. Bhakti is very easy because you can jump into it right away. There is no
Yeah.
preparation necessary.
Yeah. Yeah, see, I attend this music concert. Whoever singing, they sing about Rama's Leela, Rama's actions. See, when you involve yourself in those songs, meaning it is such a good meaning. Naturally, you get involved Rama Bhakti, Bhakti on God. It gives so much pleasure to the mind. That is my real experience.
Correct. Howdu.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's what. So yeah, we are all kind of identifying with all these points here.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Another next yaradru.
Purnimaji, I was thinking of hope. So when I can few years ago, when I was not so inclined to this kind of study, our spiritual studies, the hope I definitely felt much lesser. So it was a drag I was doing because, hey, ಬೇರೆಯವರೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, I'll be left behind. ನಾನು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ I'm dragging myself. Now,
FOMO, fear of missing out. Something.
Fear of missing out. Yes, that's. But as I delve more into spirituality, trying to understand, and also that aspect of concern. I mean, sorry, no. What is that? That you mentioned about perfection. I'm looking for perfection, and nothing looks perfect. But then, as I delve more into spiritual studies, like this, that hope has also improved. The positivity. Hey, why am I'll do my part. The rest of it will happen. And in fact, I'm a lot less stressed because I'm just doing my part, whatever I can, to my best of my ability. And then it just, like Amma said, things become successful. There, I definitely I see that hand, divine hand, Adrishta. Adrishta is the one that is not visible.
Correct.
So, yes, so that's the perfection that I see now. Everything's okay.
Very good. All is well. Correct.
And practicing Chet Sampati, Shama Dama, forgiveness. I didn't know all this is God consciousness, to tell you the truth. Now knowing that, practicing it all the more.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, that's a huge thing to, and that's a huge leap, isn't it? So
yes, it was. We didn't know forgiveness. Everything was God's work. We didn't know that.
Everything is God's work. Correct. Yes. Okay. Anybody else, or shall we move on? Okay. So jnana and vijnana. Jnana is understanding Vedanta, acquiring knowledge, and how to go about it as a jnana. Vijnana is making it a living reality. So the classic example given in Vedanta is someone has heard about, say, milk, never had milk. So someone has seen milk, and the one has actually drunk milk. The one who has drunk milk, he knows the entirety of the whole thing. So ಆ ಥರ ಇವಾಗ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಬರೀ ತಿಳ್ಕೊತಾ ಇದೀವಿ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅನುಭವಿಸ್ಕೊಂತ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. When the mind completely merges with God, then that is the ultimate anubhuti. Aparoksha anubhuti, it is called. Direct experience of God. And jnana, one more way of putting is, jnana is to understand that Brahma Satya Jagat Mithya. We have kind of come to that stage. Everything what I think is, the objects, the shapes and forms and I see are not actually, a flower is not actually a flower per se, it is God itself. A table is not just a chair, it is God looking, appearing as a chair. ಈ ತರ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ಬೇಕು. ನಾವು ನೋಡಿದ್ದೆಲ್ಲಾನು, ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಈಸ್ ಗಾಡ್. ದ ಹೋಲ್ ಮ್ಯಾನಿಫೆಸ್ಟ್ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಇಸ್, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ನೇಮ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್. ದ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಆಫ್ ನೇಮ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಇಸ್ ಮಿಥ್ಯಾ. ಅದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್. ಈ ಬರೀ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ, ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಐ ಜಂಪ್ ದ ಗನ್. ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ನೇಮ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಇಸ್ ಮಿಥ್ಯಾ. ಬರೀ ಆ ನೇಮ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಅದು ಬರೀ ಜ್ಞಾನ. ಅದು ಇಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಗಿವ್ ರೈಸ್ ಟು ಒನ್ ವೈರಾಗ್ಯ ಅಂಡ್ ಇನ್ನೇನಿದೆ ಜಗತ್ತಲ್ಲಿ, ಎಂತದ್ದು ಇಲ್ಲ, ಎಲ್ಲಾನು ವೇಸ್ಟ್, ಎಲ್ಲಾನು ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ರಿಯಲ್, ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಅನ್ ಅಪಿಯರೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋದ್ರೆ, ದಟ್ಸ್ ಹಾಫ್ ದ ಜರ್ನಿ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಜ್ಞಾನ. ದ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಮಿಥ್ಯಾ. ಮಿಥ್ಯಾ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ ಅಪಿಯರೆನ್ಸ್. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಡೆಫಿನೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಿಥ್ಯಾ? ದಟ್ ವಿಚ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ that which was not there in the beginning and that which is not there in the end and appears only in the middle is mithya. Anta. That's the definition of mithya. So how can we apply to the world? When I'm in deep sleep, the world is not there. In the beginning, before I go to sleep, the world that I know as I know it is there. After I wake up from sleep, the world as I know it is there. But in deep sleep, when the mind has actually gone with God, it is merged with Ishvara, there is no world. That is the definition of the world is mithya. We have hearing that phrase, Brahma Satya Jagat Mithya. Only God is real. We have full ulta ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ ನಾವು. Waking world is real ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡು ಓಡಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. A deep sleep na we dismiss as nothing is happening in deep sleep. No, everything is happening in deep sleep. I'm going and merging with God and refreshing myself every day and coming back in deep sleep. If I didn't sleep, if I didn't go back to, if the mind did not merge with God in deep sleep, I would be in an asylum. God is so kind. He said, okay, you forget me, I will not forget you. You come to me. Anbuttu, he gives us at the deep sleep experience, refresh ಮಾಡಿ ಕಳಿಸೋದು. Again to the mithya jagat. So, Brahma Satya Jagan Mithya, stop ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ, oh, there is no snake, there is only the rope ಅಂತ ಬರಬೇಕು. ಆಮೇಲೆ what is the vijnana? Jivo Brahma iva napara. Everything, every jiva is God anta realization barodu second half ali. The entire phrase is Brahma Satya Jagan Mithya Jivo Brahma iva napara. That is the Shankara's famous statement. Jivane Brahma, Jagatte Brahma, Jagatte Ishvara anta madodu. And to live, so after I realize that Brahma Satya Jagan Mithya, what do I do with myself? Tell me. So that is what I believe happened to Vivekananda, Swami Vivekananda. He got a glimpse of the ultimate. Ramakrishna touched his head or back or something, and he went into that samadhi. And it was so peaceful and so beautiful. How we feel in deep sleep, we don't know anything. We are absolutely, yeste attachment irli. Even a newborn infant's mother, she's so concerned about the infant. But when she goes to deep sleep, the infant is also forgotten. How is that? That is because the mind has merged, has gone from the object to the subject. So, ee tara experience aadaga Vivekananda, then he told Ramakrishna, I don't want anything else. Please let me be in this state. I don't want to come back to, to the waking state again. Then Ramakrishna scolded him. He said, that is not the purpose of your life. Now that you have realized that the whole world is mithya and everything, and now you have to live as if everyone is Bhagavan, everyone is Ishvara, and you have to do seva. Jagat hita you have to do. Atmano mokshartham ho gaya. Now you have realized yourself. Now how do I live my life? That is the vijnana. As if you have to live doing seva to God in these forms, which are appearing as these names and forms and objects. That is the ultimate purpose of life. Anta heli, that is how Vivekananda was a revolution. He sowed the seeds of Vedanta in the entire world, starting from New York, isn't it? So Ramakrishna told Vivekananda, be a banyan tree under which many will be benefited. That is the importance of living an enlightened life. To elevate myself and to elevate people around me, and to whatever little, all of us cannot be Vivekananda, to the extent possible, the circle that I can influence, I should live an enlightened life and leave an impact for them also to raise to that level. So that is the whole point of jnana and vijnana. Done. Okay, now let us see the first shloka. Any thoughts on this? Any questions? Please go ahead. Otherwise, we'll go to the first shloka. People are very quiet. Others, the rest of them who haven't spoken.
Purnima, you are the example for whatever you learn. Make it raise others. You are the best example.
Oh, you're very kind. Thank you, Pa.
I totally agree with my mother on this. You've always been inspiration that way.
Thank you, yaar. I mean, it really makes my day if somebody, because I ask my immediate family, they say I'm a fool. So I will not ask them. So, yeah, it's very difficult to influence the immediate circle. That much I have understood. I cannot take the Vedanta class, Bhagavadgita class for my immediate family. They're too close. That is why we need a mirror anta heladu. Namman ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಕ್ಕೆ ಕನ್ನಡಿ ಬೇಕು. This is what the Kannadi is. You are all the Kannadi for me too. And we are all acting as mirrors for each other. You know, it's very important to have a different perspective. People who are too close to us cannot give us that. All right. Physically close, I mean. Okay. So, vjnana-yoga. Who will chant? Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschid yatati siddhaye yatatamapi siddhanam kaschin mam veti tattvataha. This is 7.3. People can chant. Neha, you can start. Will someone chant? Anyone?
Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschid yatati siddhaye yatatamapi siddhanam kaschinnam veti tattvataha.
Yes.
Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschid yatati siddhaye yatatamapi siddhanam kaschin mam veti tattvataha.
Yes.
मनुष्याणां सहस्रेषु कश्चिद्यतति सिद्धये यततामपि सिद्धानां कश्चिन्मां वेति तत्त्वतः.
Very nice.
मनुष्याणां सहस्रेषु कश्चिद्यतति सिद्धये यततामपि सिद्धानां कश्चिन्मां वेति तत्त्वतः.
Very good.
Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschidhyatati siddhaye yatatamapi siddhanam kaschin mam veti tattvataha.
Very nice.
Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschid siddhaye. Oh, I think I'll...
No, parala, complete madi, Rahul.
Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschid yatati siddhaye yatatamapi siddhanam kaschin mam veti tattvataha.
Very good. Shaila, helipa.
Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschid siddhaye yatatamapi siddhanam kaschin mam veti tattvataha.
Very nice.
Manushyanam Go ahead, Tara. All right. Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschit yatati siddhaye yatatam api siddhanam kaschin mama veti tattvata.
Okay. Tara.
Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschitadati siddhaye
Kaschid yatati siddhaye.
Kashchit
Yatati.
siddhaye.
Yatatamapi siddhanam.
Siddhanam kashchit mam veti tattvataha.
Very good. Padmaja?
मनुष्याणां सहस्रेषु कश्चित् यतति सिद्धये यततामपि सिद्धानां कश्चिन् मां
Veti tattvataha.
तत्त्वतः.
Very nice. ಇನ್ಯಾರಿದ್ದಾರೆ? Okay. Okay, go ahead and share. Amongst thousands of persons, hardly one strives for perfection. And amongst those who have achieved perfection, hardly one knows me in truth. Yes. Who has got anything to share about it? Please go ahead. Padmaja. ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ ಏನಾದ್ರು?
Yes. So here Sri Krishna uses the word siddhi for perfection in the spiritual path. So he says that only a tiny portion of the innumerable souls are fortunate to get a human birth out of so many.
Yeah.
Amongst them, only a minuscule strive for spiritual perfection.
Right.
And even among those perfected souls who are trying for spiritual perfection, ones who are aware of my divine glories and paramount position are very rare. That's what Sri Krishna says.
Correct.
So actually to realize the Supreme, the path is very easy, yet it is difficult. All that it needs is bhakti or loving devotion. So spiritual aspirants who are of karma, jnana, hatha yoga, all the different paths, they also cannot know God unless they include devotion in their practice. So loving devotion is very, very important. Let them take whatever path you want. But bhakti is the most important and easiest path. And then if they take the other paths, they should include bhakti or loving devotion in there.
Correct.
So
otherwise, that's why jnana is called good Vedanta. If it's not accompanied with bhakti, it becomes very dry.
Correct.
And without jnana, that bhakti is also good only. So jnana and bhakti go together. You remember that, when we were younger, we used to hear that Vishnu Sahasranama, they used to put Rajagopalachari's little commentary on the Vishnu Sahasranama. It used to end with Jnana and Bhakti are one and the same. Does anyone remember that? And then the chanting would start on AIR.
Yes, I do.
Huh?
I do. I remember that. Yeah,
Yeah.
MS Sublakshmi's.
Correct. MS Sublakshmi do chanting barak munche small commentary ittu. So we were all very little. Of course, you were very, very little, I'm sure. So adu hag barta ittu. Jnana and Bhakti are one and the same anta. So they have to go hand in hand. Left hand alli Jnana, right hand. No, Advaita Vedantin say Jnana is center, left hand is Bhakti, right hand is service, karma yoga anta. So everything has head, heart and hands have to go together. Head andre Jnana, heart andre Bhakti, hands andre service. ಮೂರು ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಡಿಬೇಕು ಈ ಪಾತಲ್ಲಿ. ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಒಂದು ತಪ್ಪಿದ್ರು the goal is lost. So in this, anybody else wants to share on this shloka? Manushyanam sahasreshu, out of thousands of people, kashchit, only few of them want to think of me. Yatatam api siddhanam, even those who come to me, only few will understand me in my essence. Veti tattvataha. Kaschin mam veti tatvaha. Andre, it's like a filtering mechanism tara agoitu. Ishto thousands of students apply for CET exam ge ಸಾವಿರಾರು ಜನ ಕೂತ್ಕೋತಾರೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳು. ಅದ್ರೊಳಗೆ ಕೆಲವ್ರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಟಾಪ್ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಕಾಲೇಜಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವ್ರಿಗೆ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. RV ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೋ. Only some of them get into it on merit. ಅದ್ರೊಳಗೂನು ಕೆಲವ್ರಿಗೆನೆ they'll get the top most job. Recruitment ಅವರು ಬಂದಾಗ only few get, 1 or 2 will get the highest paid. ಸ್ಯಾಲರಿಡ್ ಒಬ್ರು ಸಿಗತ್ತೆ. ಆ ತರ there is a filtering mechanism happens at every stage. Unless we are very, very, very careful, we will get somehow filtered, in the middle. So we are all a very rare, collection of souls here who come this far, because I can count very few. Sahasreshu, among thousands, we are just, very few of us are here still talking about God and trying to understand what God is all about. Why? Because the God of religion is very popular, isn't it? You go to a temple at any point of time. How many people are here? We are a handful, say some ಮೂರು ಮೂರಾರು ಮೂರೊಂಬತ್ತು ಮೂರನ್ನೇ 15 ಜನ. But you go to any temple or a church or a mosque, thousands at any point of time. Thousands. Why? The God of religion is very attractive because he can give us what he want. We want anta artha artharthi. Two categories of what Krishna says. One is in trouble and he seeks God, and one wants something from the world and he seeks God. So those kind of people, ಬೇಕಾದ ಜನ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. The bottom of the pyramid, lots and thousands of people. There's a very interesting story regarding this. Okay. Vishnu and Lakshmi had an argument in Vaikunta. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಇನ್ನೇನ್ ಕೆಲಸ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಹರಟೆ ಹೊಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕೂತಿರ್ತಾರೆ. So they had an argument, who is greater anta. Vishnu said, I am greater. Lakshmi said, I am greater. Okay, let's have a test. Then Vishnu says, I will go down on earth and I will give jnana. He said, I will go down on it and I'll prove that I am greatest. And said, then he goes down as a yogi, as a Brahmin, as a scholar, enlightened being. And he meets a Maharaja, and out in court al kutkondo, he becomes the Maharaja's guru and gives him Vedanta Jnana and all that. And so Maharaja is very happy. He says, what a scholar, what a Brahmin has walked into my court. He will be my Raja Guru ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅವನ್ಗೆ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಪ್ಯಾಲೇಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅವನಿಗೊಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಅಕಾಮಿಡೇಷನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು he will make him stay there with him. And then it's the turn of Lakshmi. She comes down, and when she comes, ಈ ಬಡ ಬ್ರಾಹ್ಮಣ ಬಂದಾಗ ಯಾರು ಎದ್ ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಮಾಡೋದು ಏನು ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. ಓನ್ಲಿ ಒನ್ ಸಹಸ್ರೇಶು ಯಾರೋ ಒಬ್ರು ತಿಳ್ಕೊತಾರೆ ಇವನು ಮಹಾತ್ಮ ಅಂತ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಿ ಬಂದಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, everything lights up, everything is glorified. I mean, imagine the goddess of abundance herself walking into a room, into a place. How will it light up? So everything was. And then Maharaja said, you have to occupy my palace anta. She said, should I occupy every mule, every corner of your idu? Yes, I want to be here all the time. Then all the unnecessary people, let them go out. The first one to go out was this Bada Brahmana. Get out. I want Lakshmi to be here. So that is how one can get enamored by the world, with all the beautiful things of the world. So that's what Krishna is saying here. Very, very, very few people want me in my essence. What is my essence? Satchidananda. Adan tilkolak ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತೆ? Very difficult. Okay. So it is not that God is being discriminatory here. God is not saying, okay, you will deserve me, you don't deserve me. No. It's a degree of my interest in God, which is most important here. If I put the effort, if I show interest. And another thing he said, no, it's a very common example. As long as you ask for things from the world, the mother goddess, the Devi, is very happy to give you all this. Okay, you want this? Take it. Be happy. You want something else? Take this. Be happy. ಆ ತಾಯಿ ಮಗುಗೆ ಆಟ ಆಡಕ್ ಸಾಮಾನ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾಳೆ. She gives the toys to the child to play. Don't bother me. You sit and play ಅಂತ. And the child is happy playing with the toys. But once the child really is hungry and she starts crying for the mother will come and pick up the child. That is the whole thing. Am I playing with the toys? Am I content with the toys? Or am I crying for the mother? That is the cutting edge. That is when God will look at me. Oh, you're crying. And then he will turn to me. So beautiful, isn't it? So that should be the degree of my mumukshuta. That hunger to see God should be that level. Even to say that, it is very scary, because God knows when that kind of mumukshuta will come. It is It seems like a tall order. We are all doing some stuff, but I don't know. So this is the greatest adventure of human life. There's nothing else. This is the purpose of human life, to cry for God and to merge with God. That's the word. That's what is being said here. So you develop that kind of intense devotion to me, and you shall know me. I will become your aparoksha anubhuti. Right now it is paroksha anubhuti. I'll become your aparoksha anubhuti. That is what is being told in this shloka. So anything else you want to add to this? ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಹೇಳೋದಿದ್ಯಾ ಇದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
According to Chinmaya's writings, viewing this stanza in the light of the Krishna spirit, it only means that rare indeed are people who come to study sincerely and get a true glimpse of the Vedanta literature, and only a low percentage of these again can discover in themselves the necessary mental stamina, the intellectual vision, and the physical forbearance to live that life of truth and purity in the world. Okay.
ಅಲ್ಲ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ. what is the ಇದು?
ಅಂದ್ರೆ see, people simply they think they study Vedanta, but who gets that in the inner mind and think about it and come up is very important.
Ade jnana and vijnana. Correct.
Yeah.
Jnana is just acquiring the knowledge. Vijnana is actually making it a living reality.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
So it is say even to get that jnana, ishtra mattik barakkunu Ishvara Anugraha is very important. That is said in the Avadhuta Gita nalli. The author of Avadhuta Gita, he's an Avadhuta, he is a nameless. Avadhuta is an enlightened soul. He says, highest jnana, the Avadhuta Gita is the foremost text of Advaita Vedanta anta helbodu. Adrolge the opening line of Avadhuta Gita is, Ishvara Anugraha Deva Pumsam Advaita Vasana. Even to get the Advaita Vasana or the Jnana Vasana is Ishvara Anugraha. Is the grace of God. So, nothing more. Trunam api na chalati tena vina. Ishvara Anugrahana idrene, even to do anything in life, especially for this Jnana Vasana, especially to come to Bhagavad Gita class or any other Tattva Jnana, okay? Ishvara Anugraha beku. ಈಶ್ವರ ಅನುಗ್ರಹ ಹೇಗ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ? ಮನಸ್ಸು ಈಶ್ವರನ ಕಡೆ ತಿರುಗಿಸಿದಾಗ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Simple. So yeah, should we take up the next shloka, or because that is quite nice long shloka, we can start on that ಬೇಕಿದ್ರೆ, ಅಥವಾ we can end it today because yeah, tell me.
Explain once again on paroksha and aparoksha a little bit more, elaborate on that.
Yeah. See, there are three kinds of jnanas. Okay, there is pratyaksha jnana. Yen pratyaksha andre kanni ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು. Pratyaksha, I can see a flower, I can see a bottle, I can see something, I can see you. That is pratyaksha. Pratyaksha jnana is dependent on the senses. All the sensory inputs that I get from the 5 sense organs, that is pratyaksha jnana. Aita? And then there is paroksha jnana. For example, I haven't been to, say, Switzerland, but I have heard about it. Somebody has gone there, and I have seen Discovery Channel. I have seen movies in which Switzerland is, that is paroksha jnana. It is not my direct experience. I haven't been there, but I know about it. I have heard about it. And through parokshavagi, I have anbhavisidini adanna anta. Aita? Adu paroksha jnana. Pratyaksha, paroksha. And the last kind is aparoksha. It's a direct experience. Direct experience. It is not pratyaksha. That means it is not dependent on the senses. It is not paroksha. It is not something I have heard. Direct expression is something I can immediately experience by myself. What can give you that? What is that aparoksha? Anubhuti, it is called. Experience in Sanskrit. Anubhuti is the word. Experience is a very inadequate translation of the term anubhuti. Anubhava is experience. Anubhuti is something you feel from inside you. Anubhava can be outer. Anubhuti is something which is so, it is you. Anubhuti. Aparoksha anubhuti, direct experience. Ivaga, all that I have experience of God, one can say is pratyaksha. I see the beautiful, now that like Jaishi said, I can see Krishna in all this manifest universe. Okay, great. Sensory input. So paroksha, ee tara ella Bhagavatam otivi, idanella otivi. Paroksha, some seer, some enlightened sage is telling us all this. But when will it become my reality? See, there is one more stage to it, no? Yes or no, Anu? There's one more stage to it. Is it completely, am I so top to bottom from, in this Krishna consciousness? Am I in that stage yet? When that happens, it becomes aparoksha anubhuti. And there is only one aparoksha anubhuti that we all, irrespective of whether I'm a Krishna bhakta or not a bhakta, whether I'm an atheist or a theist or I'm an agnostic, whatever it is, whatever my inclination towards, I might be a completely nirakshara-kshi as far as Vedanta is concerned, anything. Ellargu ಒಂದು ಅಪರೋಕ್ಷ ಅನುಭೂತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. All of us, you, me, and even an ant and a leaf, maybe they cannot express. Let us stick to humans. All of us have one anubhuti, which is the feeling that I am, I exist. So we have discussed this any number of times in here also in this class. When everything else is taken away, when all the senses are gone, suppose I can't see, I can't hear, I can't smell, I can't taste, I can't do anything, but I still know that I am present. Nobody has to tell me. In a dark room, if somebody asks me, is there a chair? No, I can't see. In vacuum, can you hear something? No, I can't see. But are you there? No, I don't have to ask the next person, am I there, Anta? I am there. I know. Nobody has to tell me. That is aparoksha anubhuti. I know that I exist is the only aparoksha anubhuti that one has. That is aparoksha anubhuti. Adu pratyakshanu alla, parokshanu alla. It is not dependent on the senses and it is not dependent on some verification by an external source. Paroksha. That is aparoksha. I am. Yeah. So that is aparoksha anubhuti. Ashte. Adu I am anoduna yavaglu when if I can abide in that I am all the time, that's the purest form of me. See, the moment I identify I am is always there. But I am Purnima. I am Anu. I am so and so. I am old. I am young. I am smart. I am beautiful. I am ge next to, pratyayagulu adjectives add ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ. That is mithya. I am is always satya. I exist. When I was a young child of 3 months old, I existed. When I'm going to be now also, I exist. I mean, throughout the whole journey of my lifetime, I have existed. But I am so and so has kept changing. I was young, I was so old, I used to go to this school. Ella change ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. The adjectives keep changing. Alva. But that I am is constant in everything. That is aparoksha anubhuti. No one has to tell me that. But the problem, why are we studying Vedanta is trying to understand that I am is my real nature, which is never changing. But I identify with all the changes that are happening to my body and mind. Oh, I am feeling dull. Oh, I am sick. Oh, I am diabetic. It is not I who am diabetic. It is the body who has diabetes. It's not I who am dull. It is the mind which is experiencing dullness for a short period of time. Tomorrow it will become, after 3 hours, after a cup of coffee, it will be fine again. See how I am identifying with the changing part of me. The changing part of I am is the adjectives. The I am is always constant. Everything is happening to the I am. All the changes of the body and mind complex are happening to that I am, Manta. So to be abiding in that I am all the time, you'll be able to have a distance between what is happening to my body and mind. I'm not that, Anta. A distance bandbitre, that is only realization. That cushion, I am the screen on which the movie is being played. I enjoy the movie. You know, a villain comes, a heroine comes, a beautiful song is being played. Beautiful, no problem. A screen no agala. You cannot do anything to the screen. I am is the screen on which all the changes are happening in my life. Anta nodkono. That is the aparoksha anubhuti. Namuk gottide ado. But it's difficult. It's easily we get into the chakra of I am this body-mind complex. That's the whole effort here. Okay. I hope, I mean, was it exotic or is it easily understood or what? Please tell me.
Is it only by the technique of neti we can come back to I am?
Howdu?
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
The moment you feel dull, you should ask, who is feeling dull? Did I feel dull yesterday? Will I feel dull tomorrow? Will I feel dull after 10 minutes later? Illa, changing. Yake, I am still there. Through all the emotions that I pass through, I am still there. Alva. That's the thing. It comes and goes. All the emotions are coming and going. They're passing clouds. Dehat sthitigalella passing clouds. They are all subject to change. They are all anitya is the word used in Vedanta. Anitya. Nitya alla. Nitya is always shashvatavagi yavaglu onde tara irtina nanu. As a body mind, can I always be all the time the same as a body mind complex? No. Forever changing. But that unchanging part of me is what I am. Neti is the thing. Neti is the process to apply. No, this is not me. It is just the body. It is just the mind. It is just the circumstances. It's just the world. It is just the mithya jagat. Atara ella bitkondu hogta idre, one can abide in I am, which is never changing, which is God, which is what the last chapter of the Gita will say. God never changes. God is always happy. God is always blissful. Krishna always has a light smile on his face. He's always playing the flute. That is what I am, Anta. Adu lastly integration of Jiva and Paramatma. Jivatma and Paramatma integration is told in the last few chapters of the Gita. We can do it right now. I am, when I go back to that I am all the time was, or whenever I am disturbed, all the time agadilla, beda. Whenever I am very disturbed, whenever things seem hopeless, whenever things disgusting, life is not moving forward, antella inadru atara yochnegal bandaga teppu kutkondu yochನೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಇದು? ಈ ದೇಹಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಜಾರಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಬುದ್ಧಿಗೆ ಬೇಜಾರಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಆರ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನಿಂಗ್ ಅಟ್ ವಿಚ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೀ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಿಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ದೇರ್, ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ದಿಸ್ ಟು ಶಲ್ ಪಾಸ್. ಅವತ್ತು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ರಾಹುಲ್ ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲ್ ಆಗಿ, ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ that I identify with passes. My beautiful body passes. My ugly body passes. My lovely mind passes. Ellanu pass. Irodeno I am all the time. The people I love, ಹೇಳಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಇವತ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ ನಾಳೆ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. We have left so many people behind us already. So many people will come and go in our lives. Alva, but that I am is always there. Nischala, Nirguna, Nirakara, Brahman, I am. Nirguna, Nirakara. I am ge yenu beda. That I am becomes sad. No, I am never becomes sad. That I am is elated. No, the I am can never be elated. ಏನು ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ದೇವ್ರಿಗೆ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಖುಷಿನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ, ದುಃಖನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ ದೇವ್ರಿಗೆ. ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಭಗವಂತ ಯಾತಕ್ಕಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟೋನ್ ಸ್ಕಲ್ಪ್ಚರ್ ನಿಲ್ಸಿರೋದು, ಏನು ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಹಾಯಾಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಾವಿರಾರು ಜನ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ, ಜನ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್ ಟು ಗಾಡ್. ಅನ್ಟಚ್ಡ್. God is untouched, unaffected by anything. That is what you are ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ, ಅರ್ಜುನ ನೀನು ನಾನು ಒಂದೇ, ನಿನಗ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ನನಗ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಇಸ್ ದಟ್ ಅಪರೋಕ್ಷ ಅನುಭೂತಿ. ದಟ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್.
Thank you, Purnima ji. Like, wonderful explanation. And
Okay.
if you what you explained, if we apply for the list what you just shared,
Yeah.
it gets to there.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is all, we are all work in progress all the time.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah.
okay. Fine. If anybody wants to share something else, otherwise we can close for the day. ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ ಏನಾದ್ರು? ರಾಹುಲ್ is very quiet today, ಯಾಕೋ.